The 1970s were filled with iconic albums like The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and The Spiders from Mars by David Bowie and London Calling by The Clash. But beneath these massive hits, many gems disappeared or ultimately went unnoticed. Today, we're highlighting 10 underrated rock albums from the 70s that deserve more attention. So dust off your records and get ready to dive into music history. Most remember the band Badfinger, but not everyone knows the Beatles' connection to the band. After signing to Apple Records, they scored a giant hit with No Matter What. But it was their 1974 album, Wish You Were Here, that tells a story with mixed feelings. It's a masterpiece of production and poignant songwriting, with tracks like No One Knows and Dennis showcasing their talent for blending melancholy with melody, a marriage of sound that had even a Beatles sound to it. Tragically, the band struggled with label mismanagement and financial issues, which led to their inevitable downfall. Wish You Were Here is one of the most underrated, hauntingly beautiful albums that deserves far more recognition than it ever received. Next, we look at Big Star, often seen as the spiritual successors to the Beatles. While the Beatles conquered the world, Big Star was a surefire cult favorite among enthusiasts. Their 1974 album, Radio City, captures the band at their best, with their dissonant sound, strong hooks, and heartfelt lyrics in perfectly crafted 3-minute songs. Tracks like Back of a Car and September Girls became iconic within the indie rock community. Though it didn't gain commercial success upon release, Radio City is now respected as a blueprint for indie rock. Its mix of heartbreak and hope still resonates today as one of the most underrated 70s rock albums. When it comes to progressive rock, Camel's The Snow Goose is a stunning piece of instrumental storytelling that takes listeners on a cinematic journey without a single word. Tracks like Rider and Flight of the Snow Goose demonstrate the band's ability to blend soaring melodies with intricate technical writings. Bands like Pink Floyd and Genesis were the giants of the genre, but Camel never achieved the same success, but were equally talented. Progressive rock isn't new to the masses, but it was always harder to break into the mainstream. Next, we look at Mott the Hoople. This unique band is best known for their glam rock anthem, All the Young Dudes. But their 1973 album, Mott, deserves even more credit. This record can be described as a raw and poignant record, capturing the band's experience of the pressures of the rock and roll lifestyle. Tracks like Ballad of Mott the Hoople and Hymn for the Dudes show a side of the band more vulnerable, showcasing their imperfections in a way that makes the album even more relatable and off the charts. If you're wondering why Mott the Hoople sounds like David Bowie, it's mainly because Bowie wrote their hit, All the Young Dudes. Moving on to Little Feat, their 1974 album, Feats Don't Fail Me Now, is a masterpiece that pulls you right in. It mixes the blues, funk, rock, with a touch of New Orleans sound. The album is a celebration of rhythm and groove, driven by Lowell George's impeccable slide guitar and witty songwriting. Songs like Rock and Roll Doctor and Spanish Moon are impossible to pass up. It's an album filled with layers and textures, yet it remains on the shelf of underrated 70s rock. Blue Oyster Cult is often remembered for Don't Fear the Reaper, but their third album, Secret Treaties, is an album that went under the radar. As an underrated classic, this record pushes the band's mix of hard rock and cryptic lyrics to a level that had the ability to get your toe tapping and hands a-clapping. Interesting tracks like Astronomy and Career of Evil blend sci-fi storytelling with dark, electrifying guitar riffs. This strange, captivating, and endlessly fascinating album highlights why Blue Oyster Cult was much more than what most considered a one-hit wonder. When it came to more feel than flashy solos, Irish blues legend Rory Gallagher had it all. His 1973 album Tattoo, with songs like Tattooed Lady to the profoundly beautiful A Million Miles Away, show Gallagher's guitar playing speaks to the highest level that he has full control with his instrument. If it's no frills blues you seek, look no further, as Roy's album Tattoo is the kind of album that makes you feel like you're part of a masterpiece while painting the most colorful portrait. UFO's Lights Out is a masterclass in hard rock, brimming with scorching riffs, soaring vocals, and just the right amount of tension in songs to feel it through your veins. Michael Schenker's guitar work is impressive, making tracks like Love to Love and the title track is nothing short of breathtaking. While UFO may not have achieved the same mainstream success as some of their contemporaries, Lights Out proves they had the raw talent to stand shoulder to shoulder with the best of them. In fact, Schenker's iconic playing on this album would go on to inspire countless guitarists in the years that followed. UFO's legacy may not be as widely recognized, but this album is a must-listen for any fan of 70s hard rock, offering a glimpse into the band's untapped potential and undeniable skill. Melding classical influences with folk and rock, Scheherazade and Other Stories by Renaissance is a progressive rock masterpiece that truly carves out its own unique space. At the heart of the album lies the epic 24-minute track Scheherazade, an orchestral odyssey that sweeps listeners into a fantastical realm. Annie Haslam's ethereal vocals are nothing short of mesmerizing, while the band's musicianship is exceptional, effortlessly blending intricate melodies with soaring arrangements. This is an album that demands to be heard as a whole, offering a captivating experience from start to finish. An often overlooked gem for those seeking music that pushes boundaries and defies convention. Lastly, the sensational Alex Harvey band's The Impossible Dream is a crazy ride from start to finish. Tracks like Anthem and the Hot City Symphony blend the likes of punk, cabaret, and a little bit of glam rock all in one package. This record is unlike anything else from the 70s, as Alex Harvey's larger-than-life persona and the band's unpredictable sound will take you on a weird and wild trip. These 10 albums are just a glimpse into the vast, unexplored world of 70s rock. While many of these records may have faded into obscurity at the time, they continue to hold a special place in the hearts of music fans. Let us know which of these albums you still have.